Hi everyone, welcome to another picture book vlog. So this vlog didn't exactly go to plan because my plan was that I was going to create the setting for Hattie's Haunted Hotel, which is the picture book that I am writing and illustrating. It was a little bit of a struggle. Yeah, so in this vlog I did loads of researching and sketching of Gothic buildings and Victorian houses. So yeah, I did loads and loads of drawing in this vlog, but I just was really struggling with the creating, it's one thing to draw something, but it's another thing to try and create something that's completely new, and that was something that I was really struggling in this video. Other news is I'm actually working on 2 picture books at the same time. So I'm working on Hattie's Haunted Hotel, and I've also been commissioned by an indie author to work on a picture book called Positive P. So I'll talk a little bit more about that in the vlog, or rather I did, because I've already filmed all those clips and that is in the past. We are in the future. Yeah, I'm actually finding that project a lot easier so far anyway, and I don't know if that's just because maybe when you do stuff for yourself, like any projects for yourself, you can, I don't know, maybe they're just a bit more precious to you. Particularly I think if it's a project that you've maybe been thinking about for ages or working on for a long time, or it's been like a big dream of yours. Anyway, so we're going to see all of that, and there's also going to be a picture book haul as well. So if you like picture books, then hopefully you'll enjoy this. But yeah, rambly intro over. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the vlog, and yeah, I'll see you back here at the end. I'm going to be looking through a whole load of architecture books to help me with the setting of Hattie's Haunted Hotel, which, if you couldn't guess, is set in a hotel, in a haunted hotel. Yeah, because Hattie is a ghost. I'm sure you know that if you've been watching my channel, but in case you're new, that is what we're going to be working on. So I have got lots of sort of architecture books, some on gargoyles. This one is Victorian Gothic house styles. This one is lovely, and it's got loads of different sections in here. So it's got a section on doors. So I'll give you a quick flick through. I don't know if we can see that. This is the contents page. So yeah, it's got ones about the outside, halls, stairs, bedrooms, living rooms, kitchens, bathrooms, interior detail, etc. So this one I love. I really love Victorian and Edwardian style houses. I also got this one on fantasy architecture just because I thought that might be quite useful. This one, which is Puggins Gothic Ornaments. So he was an architect, apparently, according to the blurb. I hadn't heard of him before. I really liked the style of this, and again, I just love gargoyles, and there's actually going to be a couple of gargoyles in the picture book. There's a bird outside the window. Oh. Yeah, and then my other plan for this video is I want to have another look at some other picture books. So probably go to the library again, get some picture books, and have a look at how they draw settings. So have a look at picture books that have a really interesting background or interesting buildings and stuff like that. And then we're going to move on to kind of piecing all the different bits and trying to put together some kind of a haunted hotel. I wish that this was smell-o-vision as well, because I'm cooking some baked potatoes in the oven and I can just smell baked potato at the moment. It smells really nice. Oh, I love these bits. I love this page. I think I'm going to do a few studies of these to start with. Oh, look at those chimneys. I love it. Oh, I'm feeling rusty. Okay, it's fine. Right, let's not get bogged down with all the detail to start with, Emma. And remember, it's okay if it's rubbish. We're just studying, doesn't have to be good. Sorry, just doing a little pep talk to myself. Yeah, so I think my kind of vision for Hattie's Haunted Hotel at the moment is I'd love it to have loads of different towers, and I want it to look kind of magical. So I want it to have, yeah, maybe kind of a mixture of different towers, and so it kind of maybe looks a bit like an impossible kind of building. Yeah, I just want it to be a bit kind of eccentric and definitely gothic, but also kind of cozy. I kind of want it to be a mixture of all these things, and because I kind of like, yeah, I kind of love spooky things, but and like Halloween and stuff, but I tend to love the kind of cute spooky side of things. So I'd love the hotel to be kind of like cozy, but yeah, a bit kind of gothic at the same time. So I think it would be really good to do this kind of research and, I don't know, just kind of draw things out, because yeah, just do these studies, like, because I don't want to have these be the illustrations for the book. I want to use this book and other books as like reference, but then like change things around. But yeah, so my plan for this is just do loads and loads and loads of drawings, and then just kind of see what I come up with, and kind of like pick and mix and choose different things. And yeah, and then I can be like, oh, I like a particular sort of archway that I like, or sort of style of windows. I do think it would be really cool though to have like a kind of mixture of different things, all kind of like topsy-turvy on top of each other.
When winter comes, I'll see you again. We'll be out till late under the starshine. I wish that I didn't have to wait. Autumn leaves, please hurry before I start to worry and his face gets blurry. My love, I send you kisses. My heart belongs to no one but you. It won't change. My love, I send our best wishes. Snow will fall and I'll be on your arm. My love. Your smell still lingers as I close my eyes. Oh, I've tried to set aside all this longing, but it won't hide. I dream about you every night. Winter cold, please hurry.
So I'm actually being commissioned at the moment to do somebody else's picture book, which, yeah, really happy about that. So that is going to be a picture book for, I think she said 3 to 6 year olds is the age range that she's looking at, and that is going to be a very cute story about a pea. So yeah, the illustrations I think are going to be really sweet. I've literally just started that picture book. The woman who's the writer, Ashley, she said that she's happy for me to share like progress of that as well. So yeah, I think I'll show the character design that I've done for the P, for Positive P is the name of the book, and the main character. Yeah, I'll show you that because that's already been approved. Right, I'm definitely too hot. I need to start focusing on all the little detail bits. Okay, let's just try and do just a really small little drawing where I just block everything out. I probably should put like a timer on and be, because I remember when I was at uni, when we did like life drawing and stuff, we'd start off with like some warm-up things, and like some of the poses we only had like a minute to draw them, and that was like really, really good. Okay, shall I do that? Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna put on a timer. Should I just do 1 minute or 2 minutes? We'll do 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, go. So much pressure. Wow, my drawings get very wonky when I draw quickly. I always jump at timers even though I know they're gonna go off. Wow, this is a masterpiece. Yeah, you can tell that I spend a long time drawing because yeah, this is my 2 minute drawing. Here is my 2 minute drawing. Isn't it great? No, I think that's quite a good exercise. I might do another couple of 2 minute drawings. Then maybe we'll have like a 5 minute drawing or something. That is my 5 minute drawing. I was just kind of focusing on windows and a few little detail-y bits. I feel like I should do this more because, like I said, when I was at uni, we used to do all these life drawing classes and other things. Yeah, we'd start off with like really quick ones, like 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute poses, and then we'd have like a longer one, maybe like half an hour. I'm definitely someone that can kind of focus on all the little detail bits because that's something that I love. But then I find if I just focus on the details, I spend too long on just those bits. Oh, let me just show you the character design for the other picture book that I'm working on. So this is Positive P. So as you can see, he is a P. And I've given him like a little sort of hat. So this is based off like the top of a pea stalk. So kind of, I don't know, I was just kind of looking at like peas in pods, and I just liked the idea of giving him a hat because I thought that would make him more distinctive from like the other peas and stuff. I'm really happy with this, and Ashley, who's the writer, she's really happy as well. Yeah, I'm very happy to be doing this project, and I'm gonna have to make sure that I can balance. I'm gonna have to make sure that I can balance working on the illustrations for Positive P and also carry on working on my own picture book. Yeah, I feel like my own picture book is actually going to be more work just because I'm writing it and doing the illustrations, and then also I'm going to be the person that either pitches it if I want to do traditional publishing, or I need to self-publish and do all the marketing and all of that stuff. So yeah, I definitely think that working on Hattie's Haunted Hotel is going to be more work for me, and I need to kind of work out how I'm going to balance the two of them, because yeah, if you're an artist and you're being like commissioned to something, you can kind of want to spend like all your time on the stuff that's like making you money. But yeah, so I don't want to forget about my own project. So I think what I might try is maybe split my day into two, and in the morning I can work on any kind of commissions and anything that I have, and then in the afternoon I'll work on my own stuff. I'm gonna try it that way anyway and see how it goes. But yeah, I definitely think making these YouTube videos is really good as well, because that kind of keeps me accountable, and like I know people really enjoy like the updates as well. I think I'm gonna go and maybe have some dinner and yeah, I will see you tomorrow. I have just been to the library. You can see Tom's been putting up more shelves in the background, which is why the Hoover is out and the step ladder and everything. But yeah, I've just had a failed attempt going to the library, lugged this big heavy bag full of books, and got there and I was like, oh, it's closed on a Tuesday. And it was really funny because yeah, there was a man who was going there at the same time as me, and we both looked at each other, and then I was like, it is Wednesday today, isn't it? And he agreed with me that it was Wednesday, and then we both realised no, it is actually Tuesday and the library's closed. But yeah, I just feel like I've had no concept of what day it is, because Tom's been working different shifts, and sometimes he works weekends and then sometimes he has a day off in the middle of the week. I have no idea what day it is, but it is in fact Tuesday. I checked on my phone. So I'm going to try and take these books back tomorrow and get some more books tomorrow, but it wasn't a completely wasted trip because I got my favourite yoghurt. Made lots of progress on Positive P, which is the other picture book that I'm working on that I've been commissioned to do. And it was really funny. Tom was actually my model the other day. So there's one character who's a human. So there's a farmer in it, and then all the rest of the characters are peas, which is really cute. But yeah, I was getting Tom to kind of pose in different positions. I won't show you the photos. Tom's very, very helpful like that. That's something I used to do quite a lot, and in the past I've got Tom to take photos of me and I've acted stuff out. Like I remember I had a project at uni and I was doing it about the Little Mermaid. Really useful tip, because sometimes you can't find a reference photo of the thing that you need, and also it's just going to be a lot more unique as well. I'm gonna have a cup of tea and I'm gonna have some breakfast, gonna have my yogurt and some granola, and then I'm gonna do some work on Hattie's Haunted Hotel. Yum. Okay, so I think my plan of action today is I'm going to make a collage out of photos from the architecture books, and also I've made like a Pinterest board. Yeah, I was thinking I kind of want to piece together different kind of parts of buildings, then draw from that and kind of see what I come up with. But yeah, because I've just got this idea in my head of a hotel with like loads of different like kind of turrets and towers and different kinds of windows and archways and stuff. I think it would look really cool if it was kind of like an eclectic mixture of lots of different things and lots of kind of styles that hopefully still go together, but I just thought it would make a really interesting building.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free.
Hey everyone, so it is the next day. Yesterday I worked on making the collage that you would have seen on the screen. I kind of like it, but I don't think it's necessarily there just yet. I started doing a sketch and I just don't think it is really looking great at the moment. I'm not sure if I should do another collage and play around with it, but I actually went back to just doing some more sketches of some buildings this morning, and I'm actually trying to draw buildings a bit more simply rather than focusing on all the detail, which is something that I can quite often do and kind of get like lost in all of that. I thought let's just kind of focus on like the shapes of things. Yeah, so I was just having a look at like the whole of the building, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna try and do these like quick drawings, like simplify the shapes. And I've written a list of things for myself. Hang on, she's right over here. Right, don't count the windows. So it doesn't have to have the same amount of windows. It doesn't need to be straight. It doesn't need to be in proportion. You can change things. It doesn't have to look like the reference photo. This is something I always find with observational drawing, is like I'm trying to make a copy of what I can see. Obviously I still kind of draw it in my own style. I think when I draw people, I kind of have my style of people kind of sorted, and they're fairly realistic. They're a bit more simplified, and I kind of want to do the same thing with buildings. I remember when I was younger, I used to, whenever we do any kind of like observational drawing things, I'd always try and make it look as realistic as possible. And so I think sometimes when I come back to drawing something from reference, sometimes that's what I can kind of go back to, and I can spend too long trying to make it look like how it actually looks. But I should just kind of focus on getting like the general shapes and things down. So I wrote, it doesn't have to look like the reference photo, and in fact it is better if it doesn't look like a reference photo because it's meant to be an illustration. So I think I'm just going to carry on doing some more studies of that. Part of me considered scrapping the rest of this video and just showing you the tips of, oh, this is how you draw a more stylized building, and showing you the tips like after I'd worked them out. Something that I like to do is kind of show you my process and show you the things that go wrong along the way. Yeah, show you my kind of like eureka moments and like things where I figure things out. Still on my journey, still figuring things out along the way. But yeah, I'm just gonna draw for a while, standing up at my desk. Okay, I'm definitely gonna use my desk easel in a minute, but for the camera it's just easier to show you this way. Right, I'm gonna just draw a couple of different buildings. I have actually had a bit of a break because I've just got ready and had my breakfast, so I was probably feeling really nice and like loose and stuff and now I'm probably going to be rusty again. Anyway, I'm going to pick a house and eeny meeny miny moe. Okay, here we go. Right, so I'm just going to draw quickly, and we're just going to block in shapes, and it doesn't matter if it looks terrible. Yeah, so I'm just going to follow like the general shape of things, but then for like the roof tiles, like I'm not going to count all the roof tiles, so I'll probably just like do a quick kind of this shape, this sort of scalloped shape, just allow things to be a bit more kind of wonky. Yeah, I'm probably still drawing a lot slower than a lot of people. Some people are just very, very quick at drawing, but I'm just trying to kind of ignore ignore my instincts to spend ages on the detail and just kind of focus on like the general idea of things. And oh, this is a good thing about drawing digitally. Something I'd always find in my sketchbooks, like drawing traditionally, is I'd run out of space. Like, it's so frustrating if you're drawing something and then you get to the end and you don't have any space left, or like you got to the edge of the paper and it's like, oh, no space left. Yeah, so I guess some tips for if you want to simplify buildings yourself would be, instead of like trying to get the proportions completely the same, just kind of break things down into shapes and just be like, okay, so like this is a triangle, and just draw that, and like these bits around windows where it kind of goes like in and out, not counting how many little kind of bits there are, but just be like, okay, so like I know that bit goes kind of like out and in, and then you can like add your own bits. Like, I do love drawing roof tiles like this. Okay, so I have drawn some more houses. I think these are going much better, these studies. Let me show you the ones that I started with the other day. I can hear Tom banging downstairs. Tom's back home, he's doing DIY. So even though I like these studies, they're just, I think it's probably the wrong call to focus on the tiny detail bits to start with. Yeah, rather than working out what the hotel is going to look like sort of zoomed out first, I think that's what I should have been focusing on. So yeah, I spent way too long drawing this. It was fun. But I really don't know if I'm going to be able to actually come up with the hotel in this video. I really want to. That was kind of the whole purpose of this video. I feel bad that I haven't figured it out yet, but I kind of feel, again, like the hotel is such a big part of the story, so I really want it to go well. So even if I don't figure it out in this video, I think that's okay. Yeah, these vlogs that I'm doing, they're just to kind of document my journey and give you little updates along the way, and I shouldn't worry about it being like a completely finished thing in each video. Like, I can just show the process along the way. Something I will just do is I will take you downstairs with me. I'm going to take you downstairs and show you the plants Tom has planted. If you remember, we had a very sad looking loganberry and some other like berry things. I think this one needs a water. Yeah, here is a garden tour. All these pebbles Tom has moved. This whole area here was covered in these like pebbly rock things. I actually have no idea what one's which. I think Tom did tell me they kind of all look the same. I don't know if they need a bit of water as well. So this could be a raspberry. I think it might be a raspberry. Yeah, that's probably a raspberry. That might also be a raspberry. I think this thing might be a black currant, or it might be a red currant. I can't tell without the currants on it and without it in its packaging. Anyway, they're in the garden, yay. Also, Tom has been stinking the house up he's been varnishing. That sounded really... What I mean to say is he's been varnishing these planks of wood, but seriously, it's so stinky. Where are you, Tom? Are you hammering the thing to get it to close? Oh, is it not closed otherwise?
It's all bent out the
Oh, wow. Why am I wearing slippers? I don't like it when it's hot because I just love being cozy and I love wearing my dressing gown and slippers and comfy jumpers. And then when it gets to the summer, I try and wear these things and then I'm just like, damn it, it's too hot. I'm like sweating here. I have been making progress on the research side of things, but I have still not finished creating the hotel for Hattie's Haunted Hotel. But yeah, I don't want to rush it. I'm wearing one of my favourite t-shirts at the moment, which says don't panic. So yeah, we're not going to panic about it. I've been drawing and drawing and drawing, but I'm getting a clearer indication of what I like. I can't remember if I said this already, but I really love these Second Empire Victorian houses. They're like American Victorian houses with like the roofs that kind of do that. My friend Sammy, she sent me a video which I'll leave in the description because it was really, really interesting, and it was actually talking about how the roof, which I think was called a Manson roof. I did make notes. It was a French architect who popularized that design. The video is really interesting because it's sort of talking about why these types of houses were often sort of seen as kind of like haunted houses, and it's kind of, I think, maybe what most people think of when they think of a haunted house or like a haunted building. Yeah, I was also looking at some more like UK buildings, and I was sort of looking at like stately homes and things like that. So yeah, I've done lots and lots of sketching. I absolutely love, I don't know what they're called. Whoa. I absolutely love the sort of decorative stuff that goes around the roofs, so I think that is something I'd really like to include. I love windows like these that look very kind of gothic and almost a bit kind of like churchy or cathedral-y. I've been making this page full of different like turrets and towers that I like. Yeah, so I have been doing lots and lots of sketching. Oh, I did go to the library. I had a successful trip to the library, so I thought I would quickly show you the books that I got. So I have got another good stash of picture books from the library. I got All in One Piece, which is by Jill Murphy, because I grew up with these books, but I don't think I've ever read this one. We definitely had a couple of picture books about the Large family, the elephants, and also we had the Worst Witch books, and I absolutely loved the Worst Witch. There was also a film that I used to love for the Worst Witch, and then they started making the TV show as well. I just love them. They're elephants, they're adorable. Yeah, I had to get that. This one was just beautiful. So this is called Maya and What Matters. This looks like a picture book for sort of older children or maybe adults even. But yeah, this is very, very textural. So I think everything's been handmade. It looks like these are all like stamps. If I zoom in, maybe you can see like the textures of things. Yeah, you can see like the paint texture. They've used paper that's got quite a sort of rough grain to it, but this is really unusual. I'm not sure how they've done that because there's a sort of like layering thing. I think they must have painted these characters first and then painted the other elements over the top, but it kind of almost also looks like a collage, but I think because the paint is so kind of textural and almost looks a bit 3D. But yeah, these illustrations are stunning. very kind of different illustration style to, I think, the style that I'd go for. But yeah, I don't know if maybe you'd say this is more of a graphic novel, but I just thought the illustrations were beautiful, so I thought I'd have a look at that. This one, again, very kind of different. I don't know, again, if you'd call this a picture book, but it looked really interesting. Yeah, so this is, oh, I haven't even told you what it's called. So this is called Follow Finn, a search and find maze book. So it has got a bit of a story, but the text is like right down here at the bottom. But I just thought this was so fun, and it kind of reminds me of like Where's Wally, but like a kind of spooky version. Oh, I just love it. And I think it also looks really striking, the fact that it's got like one block colour and then with the black as well, and sort of like the different tones of like grey and stuff. And there's just so much detail in it. I really actually love this page where you can see the building and it's sort of like a kind of, what would you call it? Like a cross. It's like they've sort of cut through the walls. I don't know what you call that. And it kind of looks like if you have a doll's house and you take the front of the doll's house off. I don't know what you'd call that. Okay, coming into ones that are more actual kind of picture books. So this is There's a Walrus in My Bed. And I kind of picked this one up based on the title. I just thought that sounded fun. Yeah, and it just sounds like quite a funny picture book. I also love how sassy this cat is. This is Millie's Missing Yawn. And it's got loads of different animals. There's a lovely penguin. I'm going to show you inside because the cover is just too reflective. But yeah, I thought this one was an interesting one for looking at different settings as well. Because in this one, she's travelling around in a hot air balloon looking, looking for her missing yawn. Quite interesting, like seeing different kind of sights. Oh my goodness. And of course I have to get a book that has penguins in it because penguins are my favourite. I really love the style of illustration in this one, and again I think this one is a good one for setting. Yeah, and just looking at like the different bits of detail and the fact that there's like a flamingo shaped hedge over here and a flamingo fountain. I just think all these little details are really clever. Flo the flamingo is throwing another one of her perfect pool parties. Yeah, so I think this will be quite helpful because this character is a perfectionist, which is similar to my character Hattie. This one is the story thief. And it says, Oliver prefers reading about adventures to having them, but someone's stealing all the books in town. Cool seeing the exterior and interior at the same time. But yeah, I feel like this is a really nice way of like setting a scene. This one's got a dragon in it. Love a story with a dragon. Or a drake, as they say in Wales. It says there's no dragon in this story. Oh. So the dragon has gone off in a huff. I think that is so cute. I love grumpy characters. I love the colour palette in this as well, how it's quite limited, but you've got like the little bits of red repeating. So you've got, yeah, like a couple of the trees are red and then this squirrel. This one is A Day with the Animal Railway. I just thought the characters in this were really expressive. That's a really fun page. That bit's really cute, all the guinea pigs climbing on top of each other. I love just all the different details in books. Oh, I'm going to save that one till last because that one looks lovely. Okay. Rhinos don't eat pancakes. Yeah, I just thought that this again would be quite a funny read. And I got The Pumpkin Who is Afraid of the Dark. I just thought this might be good. Obviously Hattie's Haunted Hotel is kind of like a spooky kind of book. Maybe that might be a good one to pick up. And then this last one I think looks absolutely beautiful. Again, another dragon. But yeah, this is called Strong, and it says there's more than one way to be. So I think this one will have quite a nice message. But yeah, I haven't properly looked through any of these ones yet. Illustrations in this one are beautiful. So anyway, this video turned into a research and picture book haul video. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm trying to upload fortnightly at the moment, so I'll be uploading every other Sunday. You can also see more videos from me on my Patreon, and the link to that is in the description. We've got a couple of moving vlogs over there, and also like some art chats as well. Thank you so much to Katerina, Lucy, Leona, Karina, Jennifer and Agatha. I'm sending you lots of love. I hope you've had a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye. There's a really noisy car outside. I apologise for that. What is it? Or is it a motorbike? I can't even see it. And yes, it was... Seriously, these noisy cars are ruining my intro. You can't see me if I do that, can you? Look. I mean, you really can't see me if I do that. Do you say puggins? Where to start? I'll probably get hot again in 5 minutes. And I got some frozen cauliflower. I don't think we need to see a whole haul of what I got, but yeah. Oh, we can see, this is an aesthetic angle. You can see some random boxes in the background. I don't have much battery.
Thank you for coming. I know that you're trying to do anything to make me smile.